All right. So sorry about that. Wasn't expecting for the intro to last as long as it did. The bitrate kind of dropped in the middle of all of that, so hopefully y'all don't get stacked back to back to back ads. Give me a second to get the game up, and then we'll get going. Okay. All right. Hello. I've moved some things around, as you can see. So, going forward for all of the Trails games that we're going to be playing, I've moved myself down into the bottom corner, so then maybe that'll help a little bit more with y'all being able to see the screen and what's going on, especially with us starting Reverie today, because with the later games, at least what I noticed with like Cold Steel, is that the UI is positioned a little weirdly. So I mean, like, I know with like Trails in the Sky, it's up here at the top, but it's like very modular, like very rectangular. But then in Cold Steel, it starts to arc a little bit, and then we have the characters in the bottom right hand screen. So I decided to make this smaller adjustment since we'll be starting Reverie later this afternoon, early evening. So that way y'all can get the best view of everything that's going on. And I think what's going to end up happening is my closed captioning goes on the fritz every time that like the bitrate drops and I get disconnected. So I'm on the hotspot now, whereas before when I started stream, we were on Wi-Fi. And I think part of what it is my dad's home, he's watching and streaming stuff on the TV, and then my brother is home, he is also playing games and all that stuff because it's the weekend. So usually I try to stream in the later afternoons once everybody's like wind down for the day, but I kind of want to spend the next like 2.5 hours or so doing some side quests in Sky, get us caught up to where we're almost ready to go to Zeiss. But before we actually go to Zeiss is where we're gonna stop and swap over to Reverie. So whether that takes us the full like 2.5 hours or so, we'll see if we end up going earlier, or if we finish up on those side quests earlier than anticipated, then we'll start Reverie earlier. So when we get there, I'll do like a little spoiler warning for anybody who's in chat who's not caught up on Cold Steel to proceed at your own risk, because there will be I'm pretty sure there's going to be spoilers regarding the events that happen throughout the Cold Steel arc. So let's get started. Where were we at? Also, I need to move. Hello, Dragon. Thank you for resubscribing. It's been 13 months. Egg. I can't believe it's been a whole year. It's been more than a year. What have you been doing? What have you been up to? You working? Gotta up system real quick. Also, when we do get to Reverie, I will not be having any additional background music because I loved the soundtrack with Cold Steel, the Cold Steel arc. So I have a feeling I'm gonna like Reverie's, and their soundtracks are pretty killer. So where were we at? What were we doing? Oh, we were in chapter 2. That's right. Okay. And I accidentally messed up my candle, so hold on, I gotta relight it. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ah! I almost burned myself. Hold on, guys. Ah! Also, like, the wax is starting to dry up, so I'm like trying to make it to where trying to make it to where it's not going to cover the wick in here, so I should have done this before I like jumped us right into the game, but it is what it is. You know me, I've been a little scatterbrained. You've been being evil on DBD. What are you doing? Also, hold on real quick. I'm gonna turn us over to chatting. I found a spot. I kind of cleared things off a little bit, so I have the box with all of the stuff in here, and then I have the acrylic, so it kind of works out. Okay, let me get back to what we're doing. Tell me about your ventures in DBD. Have you been playing Killer? Oh. You were playing Survivor and you looped a Killer so much that he gave you the hatch? That's interesting. What was it, like a 5-gen rush or something? Or just like a constant back and forth? Oof. Okay, what are we needing to do? Oh, we only have 2 side quests, I think. Yeah, because we missed the Sunday school already. Missed one of them. Okay. We did the gambling one earlier on the last stream. That's what we did. Okay, so we have the Aryan Causeway monster. And we have the Crone Trail monster. So those are the 2 that we need to get. Let me check the Bracer Guild real quick. Make sure we didn't miss anything. Because I feel like it gave us 4, but... no, it gave us 3. Okay, so we have 2 monsters to do. Actually, if we finish up early, we finish those 2 in a decent amount of time, which I don't think it should take us 40 minutes to kill a monster, but this is hard mode, and this is me. Then we'll get started with Zeiss. We'll do a little bit of Zeiss if it only takes us maybe an hour to get through the 2 side quests, and then we'll swap to Reverie. What was I doing? Okay, we're on Old Seaside Way, so we need to go this way. No, not that way. This way. Woo! That's not what I wanted. I wanted to turn my camera. Mayor's residence. Grand Causeway. Okay, so we've got 1 monster that we've got to find out here. We killed everyone else, but there was 1 gen left. Oh, you were 3-gen hard. Oh, you were on the swamp? You looped him on the main building until he just gave up. Wow. You're really out here bullying them. Is that a Kevin? Oh yeah, that is. Is it that one? It is this one. Okay. Oh, there's 3 of them. Oh, shit. Okay. Craft.
Yeah, come on!
Oh, not Ida. So water has like 20% more efficacy against them. Oh, What other bullying have you been doing? I had a cable that was like tugging a little bit too much. So, there we go. I'm just trying to make sure it does not break itself. What are we doing? We'll do that. It was a pyramid hell? Oh. How dare they confuse me? He out himself in a circle and just waited until you found the hatch? Oh god. For Syria? That brings him up there. Either way, Estelle's not gonna be, they're both not gonna be up until after we go through phase 2. So I'm gonna do this. And then you played Pyramid Head for the first time and got a 2K? Nice. Were they a nice survivor when they added you? I know this is just healing, but
Now,
healing and reviving, but nobody's dead, so we're not reviving. Leave them alone. Lead. They have. Why is this field so low? So one. Through Hurricane. Can I go around them? I cannot. Okay. From here. And have medium? I do. Oh wait, no, this is that's support. That's the one that I want. I missed one. Oh, oh shit. Okay. 3,000. Do that. Oh, oh, oh. Thousand. Oh god. This was a mistake. I was not paying attention. Okay. Well. Hi, Mina. The person that added you didn't message you? It's unfortunate.
the pleasure of being bound, vulnerable, and exposed is a thrill like no other.
Yes, that is absolutely correct. I'm getting my ass handed to me.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, I just realized, since I started uploading videos to YouTube, I have not had a video of me wearing makeup.
I'm sorry.
Was doing trails on your phone while your parents are here and you have Hawkeye on? Oh my god. Are you doing like PS remote play from your phone? Yeah. See? Okay, so like the Sarah Wink works in chat, but it doesn't work in Discord, and I'm sad. It's something between it's something between Twitch and Discord, and so I've got to find a way to accurately upload it to Discord. Ooh. Chain. You. That one. Remote play so it doesn't disconnect you every time you leave it. Oh, that's nice. So your tablet so you can put stream on but in silent mode. I gotcha. I gotcha. What am I doing? And then, okay, this one's Chloe. Blue impact. Ooh. I just instinctively use their ults, and that's bad because that's a habit that I've gotten from playing Honkai Star Rail. Oh gosh. Also, another reason why I don't use my hotspot as much is because it drains the battery on my phone. There we go. It's a Raz. Probably gonna start doing more progress on remote play. Sounds like a good idea. Now that I think about it, maybe that... Oh, I can't do that because it's gonna be stream game. I'm going to want to play through it as much as I can, and I'm gonna be sad that I, like, because I can't stream every day. Olivier, you better be unconfused here in a minute, son. Everybody's grouped up in a corner, and I don't like it. Oh, Chloe has so much freaking movement. Alright. All area, all... Ooh, yeah, let's do this. And message me through Discord, maybe, and I can come back on my phone to stream. You see. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Olivier, you are starting to piss me off. I need you to... I mean, not piss off, but like... It's become a bit of a hindrance. Oh my god. Really? Why? Stone impact on all of y'all. And Chloe. Oh, he's just outside of the range. That's unfortunate. Wake up, my girlie. Oh, okay. Alias, that's 800, 300. Leave her alone. Get her out of the corner. Oh. Alright, buddy. You can't move. What is wrong? Okay, happy trigger. This one. Alright. Can I move you? I can move you. I'm gonna move you. Sylphin whip. Bind whip. That way I can get you to move. Yeah, okay. I don't like that. Okay. It's not gonna be 1500. Oh, it was close enough to 1500. That's fine. Okay. Art. How quickly? That's actually pretty quick. I'm gonna do this. This is why we have Chloe on the team. Check back later if I don't message you. Yeah. What my plan is that I'm going to get through the side quests here, and if it takes me 2.5 hours, then we'll save before we head off to Zeiss. But if I get this done by like here in the next hour or so with this quest and then the other monster quest, then we'll start a little bit of Zeiss for this game, and then by like 5:30, 6 o'clock Central Time, we'll swap over to Reverie. Or 59. And I know Raz has been playing the shit out of Naraka Blade Point, and I'm so happy because now I have friends who can play it. Eid. Thank you for stopping by, Nina. Ugh. I'm gonna heal myself.
Let me show you the true essence of beauty.
Swap back in, yeah. Swap back in around 5:30 Central Time, and then we'll get going. I will take about maybe like a 5-minute break at that time to get things swapped over, make sure that the PlayStation isn't being dumb, and also like get up and walk around before we sit here and go through a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna be very happy. I popped in on another person's stream earlier today, and it was so cool, like just seeing like them talk about people getting into the Trails games.
Take 'em down.
And then they started their first playthrough, and then like I had to quietly like turn their volume down, but like still kind of like have them up on the side without actually like paying too much attention to the story, so I don't spoil it for myself. Even though no matter where I look, there's spoilers, and I'm trying my best not to spoil myself. It's so difficult. Well, thank you for not attacking my guy, dude. And then you, ma'am, can you reach? You can reach? Oh. Alright, Schera. Yeah. We only got Sepith off that one.
Done already?
Chloe's gonna level up. Estelle's close to leveling up. And Olivier is also gonna be close to leveling up, but not quite. So close. 26. Holy mother of God, that's a lot of Sepith. Okay, so we got that. Where is Saffron Tower, Ruan, Erletten? Erletten is a checkpoint, like a crossway between two regions in this country. So we're gonna go back, we're gonna go heal ourselves, and then we're gonna go find the other monster, and I gotta remember where the heck it is. Oh god, I have to sneeze. JK, maybe not. On my nose, it's like the tickling feeling of a sneeze, and then it just doesn't happen. Oh. Hotel Blanche. Best. All of it is 200 a night. What are you doing up here? To gather, to connect, to be severed, and to be blown apart. Just like the clouds in the sky, in exchange for one's freedom, one must bear countless farewells. Okay, honey. I don't know what you're on, but okay. Prone Trail Monster. Wondering if it's past Minoria Village? Vista Forest, that's over by the school. Which is not where you fucker. Not wasting my breath.
Enjoy the show.
10, 5. It's not the right way. This is the right way. I hope I'm going the right way. You think that I would memorize the map after, like, a whole game? But I didn't. Very different from very different from Cold Steel's map. I knew where I was. I remembered. I was like having nostalgic moments when I was going through it, and then with Sky I'm like, wait, where the hell am I going? Because it's a complete, like, not completely different route, but you're starting like two regions away from this, from where you first started. Like, we're starting in Ruan. Is it the, wait, Crone Trail? Oh, that's, yeah, okay, I think I'm on the right. I'm going the right way. My road. I'm gonna go this way. Because the Crone Trail, that is what's over here. It's not it, is it? No. It's up there. Jenna's Blazer. Oh my god. Wait, was that a chest in the first game too? I don't remember. You fucker. No. Oh. Okay. Missed the other one. Good to know. Bum, bum. Cure. Art? Oh, I can still use arts. Boom. Oh, that one fled.
Piece of cake.
10, 2, and... Oh. Such early region monsters. Yeah, okay. Now we're on the right path. Little baby. They changed the monsters. Ooh! Fuse! Excuse you? Alright. Craft. You do that. Feed. Don't get that close to it. I have to revive her. Oh, it straight restarted the stream. Oh. Y'all might get pinged again if you're in the server. Realize this. I'm waiting for it. Okay. What am I doing? Ooh. Orbment. You have revive? Oh my god. Was it Estelle? Estelle's the one that's down and the one that has revive. I am gonna have to use an item. I'm not smart about this. There we go. And then equipment. Fiber. Nope. Oh, you have a Genis blazer on. Okay. Well, then I guess we're gonna save that one for maybe agate. We'll see. We'll see who ends up joining the team. Exterminate. Okay. What have we got? I can't remember if it said that it was weak to arts or physical. So, we're gonna try this. See what happens with that. Okay. I think I got my answer. I don't have anything for that. However, I do have a stone impact. Oh. Really? Firebolt, X, we'll do this, and then... Oh. Act on you. Definitely hurts. Oh, I hate you already. Well, shit. Arrow.
How could
Yeah, this one's gonna be a restart. This one's definitely gonna be a restart.
Someone's been naughty.
Goodbye.
It can't be.
Retry. It's okay. Okay. What am I doing? Craft? That.
Take it down.
I'm gonna do dark matter and then single. Okay. Stone impact. Alternating them. Not ooh. Sorry. Okay. Do this again. And then you, sir.
You feeling lucky?
Oh, 5-10. Not that bad. Please don't attack her. Please don't attack my bean. No.
Sorry.
Pass. Do that. Again? And then, Schera. I'm so sorry. What the fuck is that? I've never seen that attack before. 851. Okay. Okay. I think I kind of want to keep do this. Oh. I get both. Oh. Almost. I don't have. I'm not gonna waste my revives. That would be dumb. Okay, third time. Alright. Nope, no crafts. But I do have Stone Impact. Okay. Leave her alone.
This ought to perk you up.
Heal all this. Art, you don't have cure, but I do have a Hell's Gate. Ow. Ooh. 951. Chain, who can I chain with? You?
Let's do this thing.
Not 1100. Damn.
My love, I give to thee.
That was a crit too? That's nice. Okay. Firebolt. With that. And then you are gonna heal her. Dark matter on you. Move you over here. Thousand. Like petrified breath. Firebolt arrow on you. For 97, not them. Do another dark matter on you. Oh, you're gonna do it too. Okay. Let's see. Go with happy trick on them.
My love, I give to thee.
You. Yeah, okay, that one's done. Oh, almost. Not completely.
Ready? Right.
Oh, that was enough. Okay, cool. $5.49. Yeah.
Piece of cake.
Olivier and Estelle are gonna level up. True pommel. Oh, wait, that's an S-craft. Yes. Does she have 3 now? We exterminated the monster, of course. Tactics. Oh, she has barrage and true pommel. Before it was just pommel. Okay, that's what it was. Okay. Schera and Olivier don't have any upgraded S-crafts, but can I go this way? Oh, wait. Hi. I think we saw each other last time we fought those monster dog monster things. Oh, I never heard anything about this. It was back when we first fought together with Agate. We drove off some of the Intelligent Division's dog monsters. They were a big help. So what brings you around here today? We're just on a bit of a warm-up lap before getting to serious work and thought we'd stop by. Oh, I see. A little bit of bracer training. Well, since you came all this way out here, feel free to use the facilities. Nikki? Hi! Thank you for redeeming the stretch and reminding me that I should probably do that. What are you doing? I didn't know you had a Twitch account. Welcome in. Oh my god, my back popped. What have you been up to? You're so new? Well, welcome. It's a thing to maneuver around and try and figure out. Love a back pop. I know, and I just got aligned on Wednesday. So it's like double whammy. All the way out here, feel free to use the facilities to rest if you need. If you want to talk about monsters, the ones on the roads lately have been ridiculous. Yeah, we just exterminated a big one. Welcome on in. We're doing some side quests in Trails in the Sky second chapter for a little bit. I had said that if we got wrapped up with exterminating the 2 monsters that we had the side quest for by 4:30, then we would continue on into like the next major part of the story before we start a second game later this afternoon. So, I'm gonna get through as much as we can. You were just planning a budget for August. Ooh. Listen, I know some people are not like fond of chiropractors, but for a while I was having like really bad migraines when I lived in Texas, and then I moved to Florida, tried talking to my doctor about it there, and doctor there was like, no, you don't have headaches, even though like I was having headaches to the point where I had to like be in completely dark rooms. And then I started going to the chiropractor that I go to now, and we took an x-ray of my spine and we found that part of my, like where my C1 and my C2 are, there's a little bit of degeneration between the discs. And then when my muscles get really tense on my shoulder up here, and it's primarily on my right side, when I get like really stressed out or really tense, my muscles will push on those nerves and it causes like flare-ups of migraines and stuff. And yeah, it took like, I want to say like maybe 4 years of talking to a doctor, like different doctors, to be like, yo, I got really bad migraines, and then me laying on the floor one day crying in pain and like asking my dad what I should do because I didn't know what to do, and he was like, go see my chiropractor. And fortunately, weird thing enough is that it was cheaper for me to go to the chiropractor when I was with my old job and not use my insurance through my old job versus the insurance that I have now. So when it costs like, I think it was like $55 or $65 with my insurance for me to go to my routine appointments to the chiropractor, but it was like $45 without my insurance. Those no you don't doctors, oh my god, yeah, don't even get me started. The no you don't doctors who are like, yeah, no, I don't believe you. And I'm like, okay, but I've been dealing with this for like so long, can you please help me? Brady definitely needs to go see a regular chiropractor. Is this the right one? Oh, this is somebody else's room. Sorry, carry on. Can use the help with alignment sometimes, but learn not to. You've learned to do a lot of that yourself. Oh, very nice. I know that there's like tools and stuff tools and resources in quotations that people can use to help keep themselves aligned. I just happen to suck at that. Wait a minute. Sorry, I'm just remembering something. So this is Trails in the Sky second chapter. It's the second game in the Trails in the Sky saga, and in the first game there was an extra like side pass that we could go through to get up to a like a lodge, and I can't remember if it was on this part of the trail or if we had to go through the pass. It's on the other side, but it's been like months, and so I was like, wait a second, that's what I was trying to find this whole time after I beat that one monster. It looks like a super charming game. I like it. It's, what was I saying? Oh, the alignment stuff. Yeah. So ooh, almost ran into that. I'm really spacey most of the time, but yeah, no, like if you're able to get it done yourself, then that's fucking kudos, right? And I mean, also sometimes it's good to like go and get it checked, you know, maybe once every 6 months or so, just to make sure it's okay. Wait, that's the lighthouse. We're not going to the lighthouse. Got a little turned around. So this game, Trails in the Sky, came out I think in early-ish 2000s, and it was released in Japan, and then it was localized I think with Xspeed or another company. I know Xspeed did Cold Steel 1 and 2, which is also part of the game, part of the series, but this series is one of the 4 arcs that are now out, and this is the first arc that kind of like set the settings, like stepping stones for the rest of the things as far as like world building and I started with the third arc because it was gifted to me, and then I ended up playing the rest of them, and that is what got me hooked on this game, or this series, basically. And then I was like, okay, now I'm gonna go and buy like all of the ones that came before that series, like that arc that I played, and I was just slowly playing through it. Yeah, I'm backtracked. But then the game that I'm gonna play later, Trails into Reverie, is actually like a conclusion. I'm assuming it's like a conclusion of the 3 arcs. So this arc, which is Trails in the Sky, and then there's like the Crossbell arc, which is Trails. I always get them mixed up. There's like Into Azure, or wait, From Zero and Into Azure. I think that's what it is. I'm double checking. Hold on. I have almost all of them. Yeah, Trails from Zero, and then Trails into Azure. That's a second arc, Crossbell arc. And then there's the Cold Steel arc, and then Cold Steel spans 4 games over the course of like, I think 2.5 years. Like in-game years. And then there's Reverie, which is tying all 3 of them together, because characters from this arc and the Crossbell arc end up showing up or making an appearance at points during the Cold Steel arc. So it's a little spoiler for anybody who was lurking in chat, but I'm not gonna tell y'all when if you haven't played. Love being able to dive into a big one like that. Yeah, so I didn't realize how big of a series this was until like I got through Cold Steel 2, and then I started Cold Steel 3, and there were all these characters. Like, there's so many characters that are already in Cold Steel 1 and 2, and then there's more characters in 3 and 4, and so it's like, okay, well now I want to know about all of these characters that have been introduced at given points in time in the game, and going back and backtracking is allowing me to actually understand more about these characters' backstories and the actual events that led up to what we'll be tackling in Reverie. Because they'll talk about events that happened X amount of years ago in the game at certain points of Cold Steel, and some of those reference the events that happen like outside of the Erebonian country, which is the Cold Steel arc, or Erebonian arc, but it's Cold Steel. And those events are like things that happen in this game, or they happen in Zero and Azure, and so it's like they've referenced them a little bit, they talk about them a little bit, but now this is like tying it in with like what they referenced versus like what actually happened. And part of what we do as bracers is we get assigned tasks or little like quests, little side quests, and then like we can choose whether or not we want to do these like side quests outside of the main quest, and if we do, then it raises our bracer rank in this game, and our goal is to get to like the highest rank possible, because then you get rewards as you like go up in the ranks. So if you go from one letter grade to another letter grade, you get a specific item that's already predestined in the code. But and then I think in some instances, if you get a certain number of points, then you can unlock alternate endings. It's something that I've noticed with the Falcom games, like not just with like the Trail series, but also the East series that happened with Lacrimosa of Donna, East 8. Started playing Deep Space Nine and then said, hold on, now I'm trekking my way through next gen. Yeah. It's making me so hyped up for characters, planets that show up throughout all the different series. Yeah, I think I got started with when it comes to Star Trek, I think I got started with it was Next Gen. Is Next Gen the one with Picard, or is that with Janeway? I very distinctly remember Captain Janeway from my childhood, but I also remember like watching Picard, like when Picard was the captain, not like Picard on Paramount Plus right now. Alternate ending unlocks, yeah. Oh my god. So Cold Steel 4, another spoiler, is one of those that has an alternate ending if you don't meet the point requirements. Janeway was Voyager? Okay, yeah. What am I doing? Where am I going? Yeah, I remember, so I think part of why I remember more about Voyager, or just having that prominent memory of Voyager, is because that's where most, like during that time period where I could remember more. But I remember Picard a little bit, and then my dad is like super into Star Trek, like so much so that when I told him that William Shatner is going to be in town for a convention back in like February, I told him in February because it's supposed to be in like September, and he was like, we're going. Straight up. Put it on Facebook, told his friends, and he's so excited. We're gonna be buying his ticket. We're buying tickets for the family to go, and then we're gonna buy him like his autograph slot for him to go and get an autograph with William Shatner, because it's his favorite. It's his favorite captain, so what he grew up on. Once you get to Zeiss, you should stop in with Professor Russell. Oh, okay, we knew about this, yeah. We gotta go talk to him about this orb mint thing. Can't wait to go. Can't wait to get the Voyager. Yeah. Such a great gift. See, Star Trek as a society, you know, what they, which way is it to Zeiss? I don't remember. Okay, we gotta go to Airletton. That's what it is. Star Trek is one of those things where, like, as a kid, I was like, oh, this is so cool. Because it's so futuristic. And society's so nice. And, like, everybody is like, hey, don't be a shithead, basically, right? And of course, you know, all the sci-fi stuff, like being able to materialize your food and molecularly transport yourself from a ship to the ground, like very sci-fi-esque stuff. Like, that's all we want in life, is just people to get along, be nice to each other. I do want to do like another watch through of Star Trek eventually, but I'm so scatterbrained that I forget. Oh, auto mod, you stop that. Don't be a shithead is the vibe. Exactly. Oh. Hold on. I hear a song. I have my Spotify up in the background here. I'm gonna turn this down. Because this song in the background is actually very nice. It's from the Cold Steel games. The soundtrack for like all of Cold Steel is just so nice. Nix is off duty, so I'm on watch. Can't say I get why, but it's all part of the job or whatever. Can we go? Oh, I guess we gotta talk to the person downstairs. Can I pass, please? So there was a member. Oh wait, am I supposed to fly? I forgot. Seems like this case was way more complicated than we thought. Yeah. So I'm like, some days I'm like incredibly scattered brain, where I think I have more time than I actually do. And then I do a couple of things and then I'm like, where did my day go? And then other times it's like, I feel like I got so much done, and I'm like, okay, it's been like 5 hours. No, it's been like 2.5 hours. And I'm like, well, what do I do with my time? And then I just stop and ponder for hours what I need to be doing, or what I should be doing, or what can I be doing. We're still obsessed with the Life is Strange soundtrack. Oh. I don't have experience with Life is Strange. Time blindness is so bad. I know. It's my worst enemy. I have the Life is Strange games, but I haven't played them yet. So I think I'll have a little bit more time after this next semester to actually get stuff done. But whether or not that is actually true, we'll see, because next semester is going to be very, very busy. Turn that back down. That way we can hear the game. And that's because in the last week, like, I've known about the C-STEM ambassador position that I'm getting with the university. And that starts in like mid-August, like a week before school. And then I had made a post on Facebook about I got approved for federal work study. And fortunately, I'm very fortunate that the professor that I'm doing an internship with this summer as a social media intern said that they would check and see if the Rhetorics grad department would have any positions available for next semester for work study. And about like a day or two later, she messaged me and said, hey, we do have a spot. We'll save it for you. Go ahead and send over your resume to insert person here. And that way they can secure that spot, because I think I have to wait for it to actually like open up on the career website and then apply for the work study. So I have all of that and my last 5 classes that I need to take. So next semesters are going to be very busy. Life is Strange is heavy, but definitely recommend it if you're into those social investigation mystery story games. Yeah, I love those kind of games, dude. I have so many games in my backlog. So it's like, it's kind of like, okay, I don't know, like as somebody who is recently getting back into reading books as well. You have your stack of books for your to be read, right? And then you're like, oh, why don't I just go get another book? Even though you have like very, very moderately, very frugally 10 books that you should read before you go get another book, even though that 10 is really like 50. And they all just sit over there in the corner sobbing because you're like, hey. Yeah, great news, thank you. Don't add, I'm adding myself. Okay, hold on, here. So we're going over to the chatting screen. You see, these are my study books right here, right? So I have like my Japanese language books. I have my psychology books, all that sort of stuff. Like textbooks that I've gotten for college. And then down here, underneath, like the bottom shelf on that side, that is like 2 rows deep of books. And out of all of them that are on that row, I've only read like 2. And then I have a whole other bookshelf on the side, like of my desk, that are also 2 rows deep of books and manga. And I've read maybe a 1/6 of them. So I'm adding myself. I don't ever do call outs on people if I'm not included in it. That's how I roll. You low-key wanna upgrade to the Ultimate Edition of Naraka? I would give it some time. Give it some time, because it seems like super fun right now, but like if you don't have a whole lot of people to play with, sometimes that tapers off the fun. which is why I stopped playing, because it was like, well, people still had to buy it on Xbox before PlayStation came out and before it went free to play. And now I'm like, okay, people can play, but because I'm on PC, I'm like, okay, how do I get all of my PlayStation and Xbox friends to play it with me? Please. Oh, it's only $12? Okay, maybe. I just remember paying for Naraka because I had played the beta. I played the open beta that they had, or wasn't it open? I think it was open beta. If not, it was like demo time, like pre-release. 1488 gold. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I have almost 2400 gold, but I'm trying to save my gold so I can unlock characters on sale, but don't know how long. I would assume until like the first or second week of August, because I know from what I read in the article last night about like the near crossover, they're gonna be doing that, I think, around the 13th of August. We just got word from Jean. That was the beautifully purplish pink haired man with the glasses that we talked to that said, hey, go to Zeiss. The guild's already paid for our fares, so plus side to being a bracer and going on these quests is that they pay for our fare, and most of the time they pay for our lodging, technically, if there's like a big event and they're like, hey, you have to stay here, right? So that's nice. Other times, if we're just on the road, then we have to pay for it ourselves. Would you like to check in now, or... Yeah. Because I want to get to Zeiss, I want to get new weapons, I want to get new quartz. It'd be best to stay here and wait for the ship once we check in. Are you sure that we have done everything here in Ruan? Yes. We don't have any other quests, so we're gonna do it. Just a little bit of paper for you to fill out first, if you don't mind. They want my signature. Sales group checked in for their flight. Okay, no problems, it looks like. Feel free to make use of the port until the next flight arrives. Usually when they're like, hey, we're gonna wait here until it arrives, it just skips. Until the ship actually shows up. You butted it. You found it. Until the 9th? Yeah. See? I was right. Like, first/second week of August. It's in the patch notes? Oh, okay, cool. Alrighty then, off we go. Wait a second, who? Oh, it's the orphans! It's the kids! What are all of you doing here? Came to say bye-bye. Aww. Polly is precious. Polly's one of those kids that we have to protect. Like, insert Simpsons, do it for her, and just have pictures of Polly, and Claire, and Milliam, and Joshua in a dress as the princess. But don't tell Spurty. Man, you guys are cold. Just take it off without saying anything to us. You were away. We stopped by. You guys are meanie faces, the worst kind. We did stop by. Low-key want the Ultimate Edition just for the soundtrack. Soundtrack's pretty fire. Yeah, I don't blame you. Especially, like, $12 for a soundtrack is not that bad of a deal. What? I didn't know you were here, Spurty. You've been lurking? I didn't know! I didn't know! We're not gonna tell him, Chad, okay? He can go back and watch the VOD. Why do we have to go? We have to go save the world. That's why. I was going to say goodbye, but we thought you were all out. Oh, you know I will. You better. Basically, Joshua in his princess dress. That's all you need to know. And I know Spurdy's here for Estelle. I figured that out. I get it. They were quote-unquote out coming to ruin. I feel kind of silly now. Hang on, though. That'd mean Matron Teresa's... She's here? I'm glad to see that we made it in time. Yeah. Oh, wait. The Dean is here? And Jill and Hans? Listen, the Dean looks like Dumbledore. Joshua and the Cliff is the best ship. Every time, this boy. Time to get bullied by the game trying to teach me counters. Good luck, Raz. Well, duh. Like we'd miss this. We cut it kind of close, though. You sure did. We were getting ready to board. Thanks to the fact that you wanted to wait till the last second to keep it a surprise. I don't... Jill, don't do that. Surprises scare me sometimes. All's well that ends well, right? Actually, it was Jill who let us know that you were leaving. Oh, okay. I thought it would be nice if we could see you off. Look at Dean Collins. And pay no mind to the old man in the corner. Aw. FYI, for anybody who either missed the first game or just coming in and missed a little bit, Kloe is the princess of this region, but she goes to school at a royal academy under a different guise of the name of Kloe. Like, her princess name is Claudia. Also, if you are not subscribed, just a heads up, you might be hit with ads here in about a minute or two. We run 2 minutes of ads every 40 minutes just to keep the pre-rolls off for when people come in. But it means a lot if you would stick around, and we'll get into the rest of it. I hope that we don't jump into anything too strenuous or too big when the ads start. But I'm gonna do my best to let y'all know or pay attention to the ads too, especially when we go into Reverie, because I don't want us to be in the middle of a cutscene and that happens. So, hey, Estelle, I heard that Joshua ran away from home. He did. Yes, he did. Because he regained his memories. Matron Teresa told us what happened. I see. I'm sorry, I should have told you all. No, it's okay. We'll pray that Joshua comes home real soon. Oh, yeah. Mary is a treasure. We'll pray to Adios every day, promise. I'll pray too. It'll come true if we all... They're so hopeful. I love them. Thank you. I'll throw my prayers into the pile too. Estelle, Kloe, you two be careful, okay? You do need to try your best, but don't overdo it and put yourself in, or don't overdo it and put yourself in danger. If something happens to you, I don't think he'd ever forgive himself. Hans knows something. Hans. Yeah, I'll remember that. Estelle, please look after Kloe. I mean, Chloe's our healer. She's looking after us. I know she seems strong, but she's still a little fragile in some ways. Matron, I'm right here, you know. Leave her to me. I kind of suspected that she's going to be helping us out more than anything, though. Exactly. She's our healer. Chloe is our healer. Olivier is our bard. Scherazard is, mommy. And Estelle is our precious little girl. I don't know what class that would put her in, though. If we compared it to, like, other, like, RPGs or tabletop RPGs. Chloe, use this as a chance to examine yourself and your desires. Don't forget, simply look for the answer you've been seeking. Or don't fret. Sorry, I misread that. Yes, I will, I promise. Racers and students both aspire to the path of knowledge in their own ways. Sorry, I thought I had to hiccup. You two have grown immensely in the short amount of time that you've been here. Always remember, you never run out of things to learn. Do not become so overconfident that you forget to learn. If you remember that, there is no obstacle in the world that can defeat you. Aww. With the power of friendship and the desire to seek knowledge, we too shall conquer the world. This is the final boarding call for the Cecilia, bound for Zeiss. All remaining passengers should embark now. That would be us. Goodbye. They didn't even say goodbye? Oh, wait, no, now they're doing it. Okay. See you guys. We'll be back. I promise. Everyone take care. Be careful, guys. You better come back with some great stories and bring Joshua with you. See? Jill wants us to bring Joshua back, not push him off of a cliff. Birdie. I'm sure Joshua's gonna get his just desserts. Sorry. All of the notifications as soon as I touched my phone. Okay. Just getting us up. Okay. Oh, okay. Are we talking to people on this airplane? Is this what's going on? Yes, ma'am. We've already spoken to the head of the central factory. All we need now is a contract to move the orb mints. What are you moving? Are you smuggling shit? I mean, you made right sure to secure the orb mints, yes? Oh, I should probably had talked to her first and then him because his response was to her. We must make sure those ducks are all in a row before the Imperial traders start arriving. Staying? Ruan may be all excited about their mayoral election, but... Okay, so Zeiss, you know, the place we're headed to now doesn't even have a mayor. It's true. They don't. Instead, the head of the central factory fulfills the mayoral duties of for the city and the region. So, oh no, that's not the professor. That he would be too eccentric for that. Way too eccentric for that. I didn't read what she said. Oh my god, why are there so many people out on here? I heard that Zeiss has stairs that move. Moving stairs. Yeah, they're escalators. Hello, Bean. Hello! Have you decided to grace us with your presence? You did it? You got the counters? Good job. Come here. Here. Ikari has decided to grace me with his presence, and I'm trying to get him to grace y'all. Now you can unlock a new character. Very nice. Come here. Goodness. Hi. Hi to chat. I got you. Hi. There you go. He's so fixated with looking out the window because it's still open. Now, I don't know if there's any birds out there, but you can look. I'm not gonna open the window. Oh, you're gonna lay down in the sun. Okay, that's what you're doing. This young passenger is still so excited about the escalator. For reference, Zeiss, at this given point in the game, right, is probably one of the most technologically publicly advanced areas to knowledge at this point in the game. So that's why they're so excited. Because it's the only place in this country that has an escalator. What you doing? Hi, Estelle. Taking a walk around the ship? Yes, I am. Pretty much. Yeah, Chloe, what do you do when you need to go back to Grantsville? You get the Royal Guard to fly you there? No, of course not. That would be a little obvious. I just use normal flights like anyone else. I usually go back twice a year, once for New Year's and once for grandmother's birthday. So you're kinda used to passenger flight, huh? Oh, also, Raz, which new character are you wanting? But what does Siege do then? Does he fly along at his own pace to the capital? Oh, well, you see, Siege, come here. What do you mean? He flies as fast as the airship? I'm very confusion right now. Sorry, I'm just calling you for a moment. Also, she can talk to her bird. But all we read is the screeing of Burb. Well, that was a surprise. So Siege can follow the ship. That's cool. He's super excited about that. Siege can fly level at speeds of up to 1,800 Selge per hour. How do you fly so fast? Most airships cruise at around about half of that. So to Siege, this isn't very much faster than an evening stroll. So he's a fancy bird. You really are better than an average falcon, aren't you, Siege? Siege's speed is his reason he's so useful for contacting the Royal Guard. Interesting. If for some reason I can't use powered communication, nothing in the country can carry a message faster than him. You're thinking Valda or Akos? Personally, I'd probably go with Akos. But I don't remember Valda off the top of my head. I would have to check after stream tonight. Sorry, my phone decided to buzz. I gotta fix it real quick. Swipe away all the notifications at once. Okay, there we go. Alrighty, there we go. Yes. Goodbye. Okay. I thought so. I remember how fast you got in touch with Julia during that thing with the mayor. That's true. She's the character with all the water abilities. Ooh. That's also a hard maybe. This sucks. You can't see Elysian Fortress from here? I guess they wouldn't let a passenger ship near their airspace, though, would they? No, they would not, because they're a military installation. Ooh, Schera's up here. Okay. Where's Olivier? Excuse me? Why? How? Why do you get the fancy one? Okay, hold on. Before we talk to him. Actually, no. I know exactly why he gets the fancy one. It's because he's a bard. Hello, ma'am. Need a hand with something? This is the cargo room. It's dangerous down here, so watch yourself. Listen, I'm just trying to loot, and sometimes, maybe not all the time, maybe like a teensy bit of the time, you actually have something. Hello, Capitan. His name is Petrov, or her name, or their name. What is it? The skies are calm and we should be arriving on schedule. Please relax and enjoy your voyage. Also, you should probably not allow passengers to, like, waltz up in here. That would be probably, maybe, surely recommended. Okay. Deep breaths. I need to ready my camera before we land. My one and only chance to get the picture will be when we're landing. Staying? Iran may be focused on their local election problems, but the rest of the kingdom's talking about the signing ceremony. After all, we're signing a non-aggression pact with the same country that we fought for 3 months of bloody slaughter just decades ago. I hope it will finally melt the ice a little between our two nations. One can only hope, right? Okay, Olivier. I need you to spill your secrets. And not the wine. Estelle, enjoying our flight through the heavens? Look, gaze upon this magnificent azure sky. Yes, he does talk like. But there's nothing better to drink to. Well, the weather is great and the sky is pretty, but we're almost to Zeiss, Olivier. Should you really be drinking? Oh, come now, don't say that. You want me to go get Schera? I'm sure that she would like a drink. Because I know she put you on your ass the last time. Somewhere beneath this brilliant sky is my beloved Joshua. The pain he must be feeling on this solitary journey. Such thoughts drive a man to drink, you see. Is that why Estelle, like... No. Excuse me, but that is entirely and exclusively my line. At least things never get too serious with you around. I guess that's a good thing, kinda. Maybe. I shall take that as the highest praise. I'm relieved, however. Why are you relieved? The Black Fang. I had wondered if the words of the Phantom Thief had shaken you. I see I had no cause to be concerned, however. You have a will of iron, Estelle. Oh, yeah, she does. You were worried about me, Olivier? That's kind of sweet. Remember, I'm a wandering bard and a poet, ever in search of that pinnacle of human affection. Maidens in love shall find no greater ally than I. I have a feeling he'll get along very well with Kevin. Oh, please, I do not need a staffing today. You sure about that, buddy? I promise I was not teasing you. I actually find your relationship heartwarming. Those new clothes of yours, for example, you purchased them because you wish for Joshua to see you in them, yes? You look excellent in them, I must say. Thanks. What's with the embarrassing compliments all of a sudden? Besides, Schera got me these clothes as a present. Joshua, well, maybe he'd like them a little. What's with that look? Forgive me. That was just more than I expected. Let us leave that topic behind for a while, then. Come, Estelle, I shall treat you to a legal cocktail. I guess it's a bit tempting, but we're nearly to Zeiss. Try not to drink the whole bar yourself, Olivier, or you'll pass out and miss our stop. Don't you worry. What if he does, though? What if he does? Because how else would Tita, like, I'm not saying Tita would end up on the team, but we're gonna run into Tita, possibly, most likely, because we're going to Zeiss. I only lose myself in drink when it is poured by a lovely lady. You realize that's not something to brag about, right? Okay, Olivier. We'll see. This person. Rutherford. I'm heading home to Zeiss. I haven't had a chance to rest in a while. I've been working all the time. Once I get home, I just want to kick back and relax for a while. A good old vacation. Random passenger. I mean, honestly, I think he would pass out and miss his stop. Apparently that non-aggression pact being signed by the Arab Royal Villa, or at the Arab Royal Villa. Speaking of, that makes me think of that whole mess with Richard. Colonel Richard Allen. Colonel Dick. Of course, last I heard he's still in a stockade at Leisham Fortress under guard 24/7. True. I suppose the non-aggression pact is a good thing. My own feelings towards Arabonia are complicated, to say the least. After all this time, though, it's for the best to reconcile. Okay. They say the three nations are going to be signing a non-aggression pact soon. I'm impressed with Queen Alicia bringing both the Empire and Republic to the same table like that. Okay, Miss Schera. Hello, my love. Hello, Estelle. Looking around the ship again? Yes, I am. Pretty much. I never rode airships much before now, so it's all kind of new to me still. I remember my first work trips on them and getting all excited too. I'd never ridden an airship before in all of my travels. I guess the circus didn't use airships much, huh? Oh yeah, Scheherazade used to do like fortune telling, tarot reading in the circus before she became a racer. If I remember that correctly. Did you guys ride around in Orbital-powered carriages then? No, most of our carriages were the single horsepower variety. Mr. Harvey did have an old Orbital drive carriage though? Okay. Now that I think about it, whenever your troop visited, you guys were in a lot of covered wagons. You remember. You touch your teacher's heart, my dear sweet Estelle. Anyway, airships are still fairly uncommon outside of Liberal, as I understand it, especially as civilian vehicle. Most other countries prefer orbital-driven ground-based transport. The Arabonians favor orbital-driven trains and have a pretty large rail system connecting their major cities. And all Calvardian neighbors use orbital buses. I hope that's still true by the time that we get to Kudo. We'll see. Unless it's just developed even more, because, you know, granted, I think it takes place a few years after the events of Reverie. Maybe? I don't remember. I'd have to look at a synopsis or, you know, as spoiler free as possible, but what kind of vehicle is a bus? A bus is basically a very large orbital carriage. It's a little like an airship. You pay in advance and it'll take you from place to place. All right, I thought I heard. Okay, sorry. I thought I heard like extra cat meows from somewhere. I don't remember. Let's see. It isn't nearly as fast as an airship, but the pace is gentler. They're easy to maintain and they're quite pleasant. Neato. I kinda want to ride one now. And speaking of which, Schera, you've been to Calvert, right? I heard you met Zin. I almost said Zeiss, because we're going to Zeiss, but it's Zin. His name is Zin. The unmovable. Or inertible? It's been too long. Come on, I gotta hear that story. There's not much to it, I'm afraid. I was on an errand for Cassius. He needed me to deliver a document to Calvert's eastern quarter. That's where I first met Zin. Let's see. I gotta admit, I can't imagine what a town full of Easterners would look like. Well, just go visit. If you can. Can they? It was exciting, very different culturally, and exotic. You should visit if you get the chance. Can't wait. Ding dong. Thank you for flying with us today. We'll be arriving in Zeiss momentarily. Please be aware that there may be turbulence while landing, so we ask that all passengers take their seats. Oh, now I know why I heard cat meow. Somebody's in the kitchen, and Hikari thinks that if somebody's in the kitchen, they have to feed him. I hear it. Look at all of them. Okay, first stop for us should be the guild house here in Zeiss. We need to check in with Kilika? I'm always screwing up her name. I think it's Kilika. That's cat facts? Absolutely. You're in the kitchen? Feed me now. You're not in the kitchen? Come to the kitchen with me right now. Kilika. Pet facts, maybe. Bunk does the same thing. True. It's like if there's human food involved for dogs, or at least like with my parents' dog, absolutely. You're in the kitchen, you're making something, are you gonna drop something for me? If not, then you better. And if not, after the you better, I'm gonna follow you around until you do. Or I'm gonna sneak and just take it, right? Rather exotic name for a little girl. It sounds Eastern. It does. What kind of woman is she, I wonder? Olivier, keep your paws off her. We call him a little Roomba? Oh my gosh. I love that. How old is Bunk? I can't remember how old he is, but I feel like he's an old soul. You never give up, do you? To put it simply, capable. She's a flawless administrator, and she's also a very accomplished martial artist, and she will kick your ass, Olivier. She's also quite lovely, but she doesn't have time for, Reverie. I would advise caution, my dear Lenheim. He's like 10? Precious baby. Hold on, somebody just knocked on the door. Still convinced that he's a puppy though? They always do. They're always puppy. No matter how old they are, they're always baby. Now my interest is positively piqued. Olivier, you were gonna get your ass handed to. What are we waiting for then? Let us away too. What the fuck is going on? Okay, the shaking with the text box is not recommended, but I can read it. Is this like Fury of Kilika? No, it's not. Would you give it a rest already? It's an earthquake. The young boy is screaming help. The dock is going to collapse. Run for your lives. Everyone, please calm down. Who? Gerald? The port is designed to endure high magnitude earthquakes. It can easily handle one this small. Please don't panic. I'm so fortunate that I can read that. I'm so blessed by Idios that I can do that. It stopped? Did the central factory do it? Thank Adios, that's over. Everyone, please come to the reception in an orderly fashion. Let's not panic. It's been a while since I was in an earthquake. That was... Okay, that young girl who's like, oh my god, that was so cool. That's my dad when we have, like, bad storms. It's like outside, just looking. Unless he's tired. Then he's like, okay, I'm going to bed. Well, that was a great way of getting welcome to Zeiss. Yeah. We didn't... This was the first earthquake that we, like... Actual earthquake, I guess. That we've experienced in the game. It wasn't very strong, but... Attention, world. Please wait until I'm not on scaffolding before you shake again. Love, Estelle. I'll sign that letter too. It's rare for us to get an earthquake in Liberal, though. Really? Something tells me it's part of the towers. That's gonna be my bet. Chloe is right. Earthquakes are very unusual here. Now, we really do need to check in at the guild house to see what the damage is. So there was no serious damage to the central factory. Thank goodness. The city has also remained calm for the most part. I believe there is little to worry about on that front. Yes, I understand. Please continue to do what you can. Farewell. Hello, my love. Your timing is quite serendipitous. It's a very big word. Thank you for coming, Estelle. Scherazard. I imagine your welcome at the port was quite warm. Yeah, kinda. It's been a while. Kilika? I want to pronounce her name right, but I'm always afraid that I'm saying it wrong. And especially if I'm just gonna like read it verbatim in such a southern thing, southern-ish, accent-ish way. Kilika. Oh my goodness. Kilika. Yeah. As always, you're 2 steps ahead of everyone. It's good to see you again. Likewise, I'm glad to see you here. And you too would be Olivier Linheim and Her Highness Princess Claudia, I believe. Or shall I say Miss Chloe Rents? I'm Kilika. I handle reception here at the Zeiss branch of the guild. You barely have an accent though? Listen. I feel like I have an accent, but then again, you know, we're in Arkansas, so it's like, the more that I'm around other people that have really thick accents, the more I'm like, I will pick up on the accent. It's also the same thing when I like lived in California and when I lived overseas. It's like the more people that I talk to that have a specific accent, the more I'm gonna start talking like them. And it's not like because I'm mimicking them or anything, it's just I pick up on people's social like speech patterns and it becomes more comfortable. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know. I read somewhere that it may or may not be like an autistic thing, and I just so happen to be autistic, but also like I chalked that up to me living overseas and living and talking to people from many different countries that have like different accents and stuff, that it was like it becomes, I don't know, a little habitual, but not like in a mocking sense. It's like I'm not trying to mock you at all. It's just I'm picking up on your speech and behavioral patterns, and I essentially adapt. I don't know. I've always like told my therapist that it was like kind of a chameleon. It's also all of my things end up being, yeah, it's like I've never had an original experience in my life, because then I'm starting to notice that a lot of my friends that I've made along the way in my almost 30 years of existence is like the ones that I've kept close, or that I'm still very close to, are also neurodivergent in some essence, most likely autistic or ADHD or both, like myself. And then we like start talking about things that we've experienced, and we're like, oh wait, hold on, I've had an experience like that. I mean, it wasn't with the same exact people, but like the timeline and the things that happened, it's like, oh okay, yeah. It's like, do I let them know? And it's like, they're gonna know. Well, how are they gonna know? They're gonna know because they are too. Oh, I don't know. I think part of what it is like the realization that like there are other people who are also autistic and or ADHD, and how similar those experiences are, and then you're just like, oh, this is not an original experience. What do you mean this is an original experience? And I think part of that too is like when you're a kid, or at least like when we were kids, there was such a negative connotation or negative discourse around autism, or what autism actually like looked like at the time. And so it's like knowing how that affected you as a kid into your adult life, and how that's transpired and transformed over the years, and then meeting other people that are like, oh yeah, no, I do that too, or I've done that too, and they're diagnosed, and it's like, you mean to tell me that's also a thing? So yeah, it is wild, but absolutely I agree, it's super comforting, and especially for somebody who has been high masking for all of 25 years. 20 no, when did I start unmasking? About a year and a half ago. Yeah, about a year and a half ago is when I started to unmask, when I started to like go to therapy, like go to the therapist that I'm with now. Actually no, it's been 2 years. I've been going to my therapist for 2 years, but I've been trying to unmask for like the last year and a half. Yeah. Yeah. Now when you notice autistic ADHD behavior, you're like, yay, we're so cool. And then they're like, not so much. But then it's like, if you're around other people who are also autistic or ADHD or auDHD, then it's like, oh hey, I know how that feels, or I know what that's like, you know? And I don't know. It feels very comforting to be able to talk to people that are like, I've had an experience like that. And if it's something that they went through in the past and they have a way to like cope with it, then, and it's a healthy coping mechanism, I like to, you know, be able to talk to people about that kind of stuff. Like, you could screw me over all you want, but you fuck with my friends and I will step up. That's one of the things too. I'm like, I don't know. I can pick up on like how other people interact with each other too, and be like, oh yeah, no, that person's flirting with you, or no, that person's really uncomfortable with you, and that person being like, well, I didn't see that, or I didn't understand that. It's like, I can see it with other people, but when it happens to me, I'm like, no, they weren't flirting. No, they weren't doing that. You know, that's another example. Raz has secured another Naraka win. Nice, GG's. It's so cool that our timelines are so similar, even though we're in totally different places with different people. Exactly. It's I think it's the way that we've been able to like maneuver and like go through life in our own ways, but it's like, oh yeah, I had that happen, and it may have been like at a different point in my life, but something similar had happened. I love sharing tools and tips. Absolutely. Like, granted, you know, I always remind people that if they're coming to me and they're asking for, if they ask me for advice, I will give them advice. If they are open to receiving tools or tips or like, I say coping mechanisms, but it's more of like, I've figured out for myself what works for me, and I always remind people that what works for me may not work for you or may not work for other people, but that's okay, because sometimes you don't know if that thing doesn't work for you if you've never tried it before, or, you know, it may not have worked for you 10 years ago, but it could be something that could be beneficial to you now. That kind of stuff. Or at least that's what I've learned. And, you know, it's wild. Kilika loves to meet people. Sorry, I'm jumping right back into the game. We also have another set of ads starting here in about 2 minutes. No, the pleasure is ours. Absolutely. My word, but your beauty eclipses even what I expected. Olivier, calm the fuck down, buddy. My phrase lately is take what sounds good and toss what doesn't. Exactly. That was one of the things, like, one of my best friends had started to going to a new therapist a couple months ago, and they weren't entirely sure how to navigate it, and I was like, well, if you'd like some tools or resources, I'd be willing to share them. One of the things, this is going to be a little personal thing about me, is that when I started going to the therapist that I go to now, I originally sought her out because my diagnosis at the time was a misdiagnosis. So I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder in 2014, and we have now taken that off of my diagnosis list, but I purposely sought out my therapist because she specialized with DBT and emotional regulation and how to sit and accept your emotions and process that, instead of being like, one of the things that I'd struggled with really, really badly was like having the emotion, but then also understanding the logic behind it. Hold on, my cat's scratching the carpet. Can you not? He's being a bean. Yeah, they would always rather give you BPD than autism. Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, and part of what that is too is that, like, some of the, like, there's been, I think there was a time where they were like, well, we don't really know. We don't really know what you have, but it seems like it's this. And so then you get slapped with that, because a lot of what they had been taught about autism, and this was, you know, granted 9-10 years ago at the time, they were taught that autism looked a certain way, and people with autism behaved a certain way, and all that sort of stuff, and didn't have so much of the research that we do now about AFAB people, specifically or primarily about AFAB people who are very high masking, who are socialized to be very high masking, and how that presents itself in AFAB people. And then also realizing that not everybody with autism is the type that will need, not everybody is high functioning, or, sorry, no, wrong word. Not everybody is going to need like that high level of assistance is what I mean. Because I don't know if it was the same for you guys, but like when I was growing up, we were taught that autism looked like people who are nonverbal and needed an assistant, especially like when they were younger, all the way through the course of their life. And we've come to find out through research that that is not the case. Like, it's a spectrum for a reason. I've never been to therapy, but part of me knows that I probably should. But money, yeah. Money is always hard. If you find a good therapist, like, one, like Nikki said, shop for a therapist, because the first one may not always be the best one. And two, I would say if you're gonna, go to therapy and you find yourself in a position to do so where you are financially capable of doing so, then also have a goal in mind of like what you're wanting to accomplish or something about yourself that, you're like, okay, I need help with this, and be open and honest with that therapist. And if that first therapist that you go to is like, I don't really know about that, then no, it's fine. I feel like I got really lucky with my therapist. Here, I'm gonna take us over to chatting since we're talking and I'm not playing so much. I feel like I got lucky with my therapist in the sense that she did a free consultation first, and I got to talk to her about what was going on, what transpired to what transpired to get me to that point where I was seeking professional help and all of that. And I know that I'm in a much more privileged and fortunate place at the time to be able to do that, and not everybody is able to do that. Sorry, my brain went blank. But also, like, there are also some therapists out there who are willing to work with you financially too. So like, some will do sliding scale, some will be like, hey, don't worry about it as long as you make like small payments every now and then, even if it's not like the full cost of the invoice, as long as you're putting a little bit towards that, then that's fine, we'll continue. Like, that's what my therapist did with me, because when I started going to her, I had a different insurance than what I do now, and it was costing me anywhere from $180 to $250 a session, whether it went through insurance or not. And so I'd do like $5 a month, and I could still continue to go until I got either a bonus or like my tax return or something like that. So intriguing to see how different paths you and Brady have gone through. Nonverbal, even just nonverbal though. Brady had a moment where he lost verbal function. He said that he just felt really sensitive around this group of people. Yeah. I definitely agree. You are allowed to have those nonverbal moments, and sometimes, you may not even realize, like you mentioned, you may not even realize that you're having those moments. So, oh, you don't need to apologize. You don't need to apologize for hijacking. It's absolutely okay. I like having conversations with people. It's always less fixed than we would like to think. Exactly. Yeah. It's wild. Madam, allow your humble servant Olivier Lenheim to improvise a song? No, please don't. Olivier, we don't need a song right now. I mean, we might, but it's so fascinating. And granted, I've noticed that after I started to become more comfortable with specific people or specific groups of people and curate my space, I was like, oh, this is nice. Like, we can talk to each other, and sometimes it's like, it's not the pussyfooting. It's not like prancing around the subject of, hey, maybe could you, if you have time, could you maybe look at this thing and let me know what you think about it. And it's like, okay, instead of wording it that way, if you want me to look at something, or if you really need a second set of eyes, like, hey, can you look at this thing? And here's a deadline. Like, be straight up with me. If I don't know, and you're putting too many fluff words in there sometimes, like, if I'm friends with you, it's okay to be like, hey, can you do this thing? Or, hey, can I get your attention? A-okay. But if, like, we're acquaintances, it's okay to be like, hey, I'm testing the waters here. It's a tough lesson, absolutely. According to Jean, you've both officially registered as assistants. Yes, they are. We have assistants on this. Assistants are free to use the rest of the area upstairs just as normal bracers do. Feel free to use it to relax for meetings, etc. Thank you. Yes, but my improv. No, we don't need your improv. If you wish to play your lute, you are welcome to play it upstairs. Do restrain yourself to reasonable limits, however. If you please. I love her. She shut him down real quick. Oh my gosh, my nose itches. Now I think Kilika might be even harder on Olivier than Schera. Absolute. When putting aside our repressed musician, putting aside our repressed musician for now, how is the job situation looking? Are we snowed under? Tend to purposely say no rush, no deadlines because I appreciate those clear disclaimers so much. Yeah, like if there's no deadline, I appreciate the notice. But if there is a deadline and you don't tell me there is a deadline, my procrastination will take over and I will just put it off until I feel like it. But if you give me a deadline, then I'm like, okay, I have X amount of time to do it. And sometimes I'll get it done earlier just so I know that I have more time later. Other times I'll put it off. Like I did last semester, I did that so much for my social media marketing class that it was unbelievable. And I still somehow passed. I don't know how, but I did. We do have some work posted, but nothing urgent at the moment. You're welcome to attend to it as you see fit. But what? What's up? You look like you're thinking about something. This is not a normal job, but a request from the guild. In your position as the group investigating the Society of Ouroboros, I'd like for you to check on something. Oh, sorry, my mouse stopped. Why is Automod being rude? I'm allowing. It held a message for ableism, but it's not ableism. That's why I giggle when people say that autistics aren't good at communicating, but we are. We absolutely are. Like, we know how to communicate. You just... What's so hard? I think that's where some of my previous relationships with non-neurodivergent people have gone wrong, is that I'm like, I love communicating. Just communicate. Other times, like, if I'm tired and I don't have the energy to communicate, like, I'll still respond when I remember to, or when I have the energy to, but I have zero expectation on somebody, like, responding back to me ASAP, because people got lives, right? People got other things that they need to do. It's a-okay. We're so good at it that we make other people feel insecure. Yes. Oh my gosh. There are some instances with, like, past, like, relationships and friendships where it has been like, oh my god, like, and I want your attention all the time, but I know that I don't need it. And I think that's where the diagnosis of BPD came from, because at the time it was like, it very much mimicked that, but it was more of like, hey, I really resonate with this person and I enjoy spending time with them. But then it was like, I don't know, some other people, it's like I try to communicate with them and then they're just like not communicating at all, and I'm like, okay, then cool, you go over there, you do your own thing. She wants us to check up on something. Okay, check on something. No pressure, just enjoy how cool exactly. This is a bit sudden. What do you mean? Spoopy stuff, isn't it? It's actually what you might expect. I want you to investigate the earthquake that just happened. Yes, I knew it. It's unusual. Investigate the earthquake. You mean like going around and asking about damage? Well, sure, but what does that? Well, yes, that as well. However, 3 days ago, a similar earthquake occurred at the Wolf Fort. 3 days ago? It lasted about 10 seconds and the quake was not strong enough to cause any real damage. 2 earthquakes? Then that is worrying. 2 in 3 days. That is not natural. Unless, you know, gestures vaguely at our climate. You have to go. Bunk keeps leading you further away from the car, and you're so done with the walkies. That's absolutely okay. Thank you so much for stopping by. Feel free to drop a follow, and you'll get notifications when I go live. I hope you have a good day. Give Bunk all the head pats for me. Excited to catch the next one. Yeah. Monday we'll be playing Forspoken, and then Thursday will be another Trails in the Sky, and Saturdays are going to be Reverie. Unless I decide that I want to do more Reverie during the week. There's one particularly odd point, however. The earthquake at the Wolf Fortress did not affect the city of Zeiss. What? That is strange. If I recall the map correctly, the Wolf Fort is not far from the city. An earthquake centered there certainly should have been felt here in the city. To at least a small extent. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care. It was a weak quake, so it's possible that they simply did not notice. Still, your friend is right. It does seem unusual. Unnatural. I cannot help but feel a terrible sense of foreboding about it. No, I think I get it. Just like with our ghosts, weird stuff like this makes us curious too. We'll be happy to do what we can, Kilika. We should begin by asking around the city and the fort, I think. Yes, I'll be counting on you. Mr. Murdoch is already gathering information about the quake in the city, however. I expect he'll be thorough, so you don't need to worry about the city. Okay, so off to the Wolf Fort. Well, ultimately, this is just my personal suspicion. Remember, it's nothing urgent. Feel free to investigate as you see fit while working on other jobs. You got the forms to fill out for the cardio appointment, and you're never gonna find a new doctor again? Really? Were they that good? I'm so happy for you, dude. $300 new patient fee? Oh no. You never want to find a new doctor again. I misread that. Oh my god. $300? Is that like... Does that at least go towards your appointment or something? Because some doctors will do that. Besides, I believe you have someone to say hello to, yes? Yeah, Tita. Oh. Yeah. We saw a new gospel too, so we really should go see Tita and Professor Russell. That seems like a good idea. Yes. Let us delay our guild work until we say hello then. Come, let us reunite with Tita with joyful hugs. It's just some kind of fee? Oh my god. $300? That's too much. Like, it would make sense if that 300 was gonna go towards like your first visit, And every return visit, which is only one every 5 years, will be 150. No. We don't like that. Don't like that at all.
The pleasure of being
Mina.
bound, vulnerable, and exposed is a thrill like no other.
Welcome back. We're finishing up talking to Kilika. We got sidetracked talking about therapists and autism and all that stuff because it's been fun. Once we get finished talking up to Kilika, we're gonna save here and then we're gonna swap over to Reverie. And then while we do that swapperoo, I'm gonna get up and walk around and all that. So, plus I think dinner might also be ready. The youngest of 5 just had to be the one with the congenital heart defect. I'm so sorry, Raz. That's too much money. We'll kindly ask you not to hug anybody, thanks. Still, let's head over to Professor Russell's place. Oh, I guess, okay, we're done here. So I'm gonna go ahead and save. We're gonna save on this one. Been taking L since the day I was born on God. You're not taking L's in Naraka though. Alright. So I'm gonna leave us on this screen for a second. Let me make sure that I get the PlayStation up and running. Don't mind me.